The following is a presentation of the CRN Sports Network, solely for the private, non-commercial use of our listening audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission without the express written consent of the Raleigh Firebirds and CRN Sports Network and the Basketball League is restricted and prohibited. Follow us online at crnsports.org.
The Raleigh Firebirds are brought to you by Symmetry Financial, Chick-fil-A, Roof Wise, York, Gerber, and North Carolina Biotechnology Center, Sinclair Broadcast Group, Scott Free, in loving memory of Scott Gruder, Golden Corral Buffet and Grill, and Kitty Care Academy. Looking for a life insurance company that specializes in what you actually need? Protection. Call Danny today with Symmetry Financial. Danny is certified in all 50 states, which means Symmetry Financial is not limited and has over 30 companies to choose from. Symmetry Financial has proved time and time again that their options and pricing is just better than the rest. Give Danny a call today at 828-994-1681 to see how Symmetry Financial can make life simple.
The Basketball League, formerly the NAPB, is dedicated to delivering a world-class professional basketball experience to our community, our fans, and business partners. The Basketball League, where the spirit of the game lives.
TBL is dedicated to serving our communities. Outreach efforts include daytime games for school-age students with programming at halftime, centered on issues of bullying, self-confidence, and reputation safety. Day games are sponsored by local businesses and are a tremendous platform of impact. TBL is proud to be on CRN. Follow us at crnsports.org.
Now back to live coverage on the CRN Sports Network.
The following is a presentation of the CRN Sports Network, solely for the private, non-commercial use of our listening audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission without the express written consent of the Raleigh Firebirds and CRN Sports Network and the Basketball League is restricted and prohibited. Follow us online at crnsports.org. Happy Valentine's Day, the day of love, getting ready for a great matchup here. This is the CRN Sports Network, the official flagship voice of professional basketball in the Triangle of North Carolina, the Raleigh Firebirds. This is the Symmetry Financial pregame tip-off, live from Albany, New York. I'm Wesley Outland, joined by Andrew Laird. And Andrew, we got a great matchup tonight. We have the 0-4 Raleigh Firebirds on the road. And you heard on our Facebook teaser tonight's head coach and the owner of the Raleigh Firebirds, Andrew Wade, yes. Wade Harris, say, we want to win tonight. We want redemption against this team. They cost us the championship last year.
Yep, there's some bad blood between them both from last year. They met up, and when the Albany Patroons won, they were the one that went to the championship. So they
beat them by 4 points.
4 points, yep. So there's a little bit of a hostility between these two teams, and the Firebirds really want to come out and win this one.
Beat them by 4 points. Again, the 0-4 Raleigh Firebirds. The most recent loss was, of course, at the Dream Center in Raleigh last Saturday afternoon. 150-141 to the Tampa Bay Titans. They're 0-4 on the year. But Andrew, let's be honest here. The Raleigh Firebirds, these losses, I would say only one game was like a total blowout. These last three games have been in the cusp of being so close to winning and coming up short right in the fourth period.
So with the Firebirds, the thing that they've been struggling with a lot has been their defense. They get up by 15, 16, 17 points, and then in the second half their defense just doesn't come up. And they end up giving up that lead in the late part of the fourth quarter.
They kicked off the season back on February the 1st. They lost 124-102 to the Indy Express. And then the last three games here was games against the Owensboro Thoroughbreds on the road the next night, 119-116, a heartbreaker they lost. Then they lost last Friday night, 126-114, in a close game that they could have beat Tampa Bay. And then they literally blew a 23-point lead to allow Tampa Bay to come back and beat them 150 to 141 down the stretch.
Yeah.
Gotta find a way to make things work for the Firebirds in the fourth period, and I've said that for the last couple of weeks in play.
And so for the last game that they lost 141-150, the Tampa Bay Titans, I was in the locker room after that game. There was positive energy in that game. They want to win, they're hungry, and they're coming out here to play tonight.
They're hungry for sure. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there, to my lovely girlfriend back home in Durham, North Carolina. I love you, honey. Happy Valentine's Day. Hope you enjoyed the goodies, the bears, the candy, the gifts, and all that on this day of love, which we should celebrate Valentine's Day with our loved ones every day. But it is the day of love officially in our yearly calendar, February 14th. And for sure, trying to add a segue to this, the Raleigh Firebirds would love one way or another to get that first win of the 2020 calendar in the second year of the basketball league here at Albany, New York. And again, for the Albany Patroons, they are doing pretty good this year. They've played some good basketball. They're 2-0 on the season, and their games last weekend got postponed due to weather.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Last weekend's games were postponed due to the weather. They got to work on making up a date of them. But they have beat the Tri-State Admirals, who we will play tomorrow night in East Rutherford, New Jersey. 101-96 last game they played 2 weeks ago on Super Bowl Sunday. And then they also beat them 130-120. So the Albany Patrons, they played 2 games. They're less play time than the Raleigh Firebirds have. But again, I think Raleigh could really, if they could fix some things, work on their own mental errors and mistakes and fouls and free throws, they could possibly pull this upset win tonight. And what a win it would be. Second-year team, a team that used to be in the CBA, Phil Jackson, so many talented people in the NBA used to be a part of the Albany Patroons. To pull an upset victory over the defending national champions for the Raleigh Firebirds here on the road would be phenomenal. And what a great Valentine's Day present.
Oh, yeah, and it'll just be a little bit sweeter just because they lost to him last year to go to the championship.
I believe so. This is the Symmetry Financial pregame tip-off. He is Andrew Laird. I am Wesley Outland. We are ready to go here. Also, our members on our CRN crew include Trey Snyde running the boards back in North Carolina. Thank you also to Daniel Moore, Brandon White. You've heard him on our broadcast last weekend at home in Raleigh. And in addition to that, our newest member of the broadcast team, after a phenomenal job at the Comets Triple S game last Tuesday night, it is, of course, Bruce Barrett. And speaking of the Comets real quickly, they will be number 1 seed at home. You heard me get excited when we were on the road heading back.
Number 1 seed.
They drew an envelope after being co-champions of the Greater News 3A for the regular season. And Andrew, Adam Brent Bailey, assistant coach to Marlon Lee for the Varsity Comet ladies, drew a number 1, meaning they will be the home seed. So both the men and women games will be at Clayton High School, Jeff Adams Gymnasium Arena, and we will have it on CRN next week.
Sounds good.
So again, this is this game. We're less than 3 minutes away from getting things kicked off. And just looking at some of the statistics here, I know you're looking at some stuff on the Albany Patroons, trying to get acquainted with them. Who are some players that you think we should keep an eye on here tonight?
So for the big 3 for the Albany Patroons tonight are going to be Shadell Millinghaus. He's averaging 28 points a game, but big picture for Shadell, averaging 8 assists per game. So he's getting his points up, but he's also helping out his teammate a lot.
There you go.
And then we also have Anthony Moe, who is also averaging 22 points a game, and Anthony Allen, who's averaging 18.5 points per game. So the Firebirds are going to have to work on shutting down the Patroons' big 3 in order to get that win.
2-0, Albany Patroons, the defending national champions, preparing to host the Raleigh Firebirds here tonight on Valentine's Day, Friday, 2020, in the Empire State of New York. The Empire, the Triangle, the Tar Heels prepare to play each other for professional basketball in the Basketball League. All details is at RaleighFirebirds.net, thebasketballleague.net, and of course, CRNsports.org, the official radio flagship network of professional basketball in the Triangle. The Raleigh Firebirds. Follow us at CRNsports.org and all of our social media outlets. We were talking about who we got to keep an eye on for the Albany Patroons. Let's see who we're watching for the Raleigh Firebirds, as they've been doing really, really good. Milligan looks strong and average assists of 3. Blocks by Shaq Dance. He knows how to power his muscles up to the basket and calls a foul and even draw baskets in ones. Field goal by Caden LeBray, though he is not playing tonight, 62.5. And he's also averaging 100% at the free throw line.
22 points per game.
LeBray is also an average average points. And defensive average is, of course, Darius Leonard, strong defensive man there, playing good basketball. And then we also have rebounder man LeBray, and also average offensive player LeBray. So, again, this should be a great, great game here. They are sitting at 0-4 on the year, on the cusp. They're so close of winning their first game. It would be phenomenal if they could do it here tonight over
absolutely.
the defending national champions of the Basketball League, the Albany Patroons.
That would be an upset, wouldn't it? That would be a trophy to take home right there.
Patroons and Firebirds. This has been the Symmetry Financial pregame tip-off. We will get ready for player introductions. We'll introduce the starting lineup, and we get ready for this matchup on Valentine's Day 2020 here in the Empire State of New York.
Going to be a good game.
This is Raleigh Firebirds basketball on the CRN Sports Network.
The Raleigh Firebirds are brought to you by Symmetry Financial, Chick-fil-A, Roofwise, York, Gerber, and North Carolina Biotechnology Center, Sinclair Broadcast Group, Scott Free, in loving memory of Scott Gruder, Golden Corral Buffet and Grill, and Kitty Care Academy.
It's Wesley Outland, the voice of the Raleigh Firebirds, along with my colleague and partner Trey Snide of CRN Sports Network. Let me tell you about what Firebirds stands for STEM. A successful franchise is a basketball-loving market with sustainable local market and support. The best franchises are intimately integrated with actual community goals and values, not just popular causes. The Firebirds stand for STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math education. The 21st century workforce requires astounding levels of STEM education, but many of our young people are not getting exposed to these fields in a way that engages our aspirations and imaginations. We are committed to leveraging the powers of attractiveness of sport to promote earlier engagement with STEM. The Firebirds have partnered with Wake County Schools to host 2 school day games for the purpose of reaching youth in an exciting basketball game experience and interaction. This is a vehicle platform for tremendous education content. While there are many things, it is still important to, against these things, the Firebirds will stand for STEM. Find more details at RaleighFirebirds.net.
Before we begin, just a couple of quick notes. Please make sure you know where the exits of the Washington Avenue Armory are located. In the very unlikely event that the armory needs to be evacuated, please make sure to make your way in an orderly fashion towards the nearest exit. If you're unsure of where the closest exit is, find a member of the Patroon staff. They'll be more than happy to point you in the right direction. Also, the Washington Avenue Armory is a non-smoking facility. Smoking areas are located outside of the armory.
Getting ready here for player introductions, or just kind of going over some formalities and following simple rules and regulations here inside the Military Avenue Armory here in downtown Albany, New York. You want to talk about cold? Oh, yeah, it's frigid. It's right now 10 degrees outside. Supposed to dip down to 3 tonight. And we were freezing when we got here, Andrew.
Love being up north. It's always a good time, especially when you have to put on 5 layers of clothes.
And they're getting ready to introduce the players. And right now we're doing the national anthem.